Coming up, we'll highlight an interdisciplinary class at FHS for students who are preparing for the new school year.
We'll also take a look at a pen pal exchange that is happening at FHS.
And we'll check out sports for this week. I'm Tanner Wade.
I'm Jay Beasley.
And I'm Kay Kausman. Welcome to the Bulldog Weekly.
Welcome back to the Bulldog Weekly. Today is Wednesday, February 6th. Thank you for joining us.
We've got a great show planned for this week. Let's start off with some world news.
After the government shutdown ended on January 25th, Congress has been waiting to see how President Trump would approach the 35-day-long shutdown. We found out last night as the president addressed the nation in the State of the Union that there would still be a lot of work to do before the next possible shutdown. The current government is funded through February 15th, and if no deal is reached, the government will return to being closed. That's all we have for this week's World News.
With Black History Month happening in February, around 24 events organized by the University of Arkansas and Compassion Fayetteville will take place around the city to help celebrate the occasion.
Black History Month activities include speakers, workshops, film screenings, performances, and much more. The festivities will last the entire month of February. More information can be found at diversity.uark.edu.
Applications are now available for students who are interested in taking part of the creation of the award-winning FHS yearbook, The Amethyst. Students can pick up applications in Mr. Teague's room 2414 or online through the link in the student announcements. The deadline to submit applications is Friday, February 15th. If you have any questions, please contact Mr. Teague or a member of the yearbook staff.
This week, during all 3 lunches, students can purchase a can of Crush soda and a sucker for $1 and have it delivered to their Crush's advisory for Valentine's Day.
Applications in order to become an FHS ambassador are now available. Students can pick them up from Ms. Johnson's room in 3401, Ms. Travis's room 3402, or the FHS website. The application deadline is February 15th.
As students face important decisions about their schedules for next school year, a class they may consider taking is AP Block.
Reporter Lilia Mendez has a story.
As CAP conferences quickly approach, students are busy choosing their classes for next year. For upcoming sophomores, the choice between AP Block and other classes can be difficult.
So what they'll learn is a survey of United States history, pre-Columbia to modern day.
In English, we are really trying to prepare students for the level of writing that they need to be able to do in AP Language and Comp and AP Literature. And then we read other selected texts as they connect to and enhance their study of AP US history.
It shows up on your transcript as 2 separate grades, but you're in that classroom with about anywhere from 35 to 55 students.
I think the rigor comes from the balance of doing both of those things on time. It's a thing that is hard at the beginning, but you see students start to learn how to study and what works best for them.
You learn a lot of skills in school that can really go with you the rest of your academic career beyond high school.
Our job is to prepare kids for any college level classes, other challenging high school classes.
Just a rewarding thing that you can get from Block is just knowing that this was something that I put a lot of effort into, and then you kind of see the benefit at the end, and hopefully you see it when you're a junior and you're a senior, in addition to study skills and just building good foundational student habits.
AP Block can greatly help students by exposing them to more challenging material. For the Bulldog Weekly, I'm Lilia Mendez. Back to the desk.
Thanks, Lilia. AP Block sounds like a great option for incoming sophomores.
The annual badminton tournament hosted by Student Council will be held on Monday, February 11th at 5 p.m. in the back gym. Teams must pay up to $10 each, and the winning team, as well as the best dressed couple, receives an award. To sign up, please visit the link in the student announcements.
The Guard program at FHS will be hosting the 3rd annual Winter Guard competition on February 23rd. Over 30 teams from Arkansas and Missouri will be competing. The admission is $5 for students and senior citizens and $7 for adults, and children under 5 get in free. The competition will take place in the FHS Arena starting at 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. For more information, please contact Mr. Antonetti at trey.antonetti@g.faro.net.
The graduation ceremony this year will use a different gown for all students. All seniors participating must use the new gown as the old one will not match.
Students may often think about what school and life are like in another country, but one FHS class propels students to find those answers.
Reporter Georgia Rowland tells us more about one FHS class and how students are getting involved.
Students are constantly talking through social media and text messaging. Dr. Grizzo is taking a different route and getting her students connected across the globe.
A pen pal is a person in a foreign place or someplace that's just far away from you that you write back and forth to. You can talk about your life, what's going on in society, or anything like that. It's just simply like text messaging, but with pen and paper.
Last year there was an English 11 teacher at Fayetteville High School named Kimberly Llanos, and she moved to Guatemala City. And before she left, she asked if I might want to do a project with her students when she got there. And I thought this would be a great idea. So when she came back at winter break, she invited me to become pen pals with her class in a Guatemala City private high school.
They sent us letters about themselves, what's going on in Guatemala and their school and what's going on around them. And she wanted us to write back to them, just tell them about our lives, about Fayetteville, maybe where we grew up, about our social lives and stuff like that.
I jumped on the opportunity. I have a world history class that has about the same number of students that she has. So her students wrote by hand, old-fashioned letters in the mail, and they were sent to us by snail mail.
This is a great experience for us and everyone in my class because it gives us an insight to what's going over there, and we're actually talking to real people that are writing to us about their lives. So it's a great way to develop your writing, develop your connections with other people across the globe and things like that.
Thank you, Dr. Grizzo, for allowing your students to get connected in such a unique way. For the Bulldog Weekly, I'm Georgia Rowland. Back to the desk.
Thanks, Georgia. That sounds like a great way to get involved and meet new people.
Seniors that haven't ordered their cap and gown yet can contact Balfour over the phone at 479-306-4486. To order online, please visit the link in the student announcements.
Auditions for the 2019-2020 FHS Choir will be held today, February 6th, during A&E. The auditions will be located in the choir room in the PAC. No experience is necessary, and students are not required to prepare any music.
FHS's literary magazine, Connotations, is now accepting applications. Teacher recommendations are due by February 11th, while the whole application is due on February 15th. To apply, please look for the link in the student announcements.
Fayetteville High School will be holding volleyball tryouts on March 4th and 5th in the back gym from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Students need to sign up in the link in the student announcements by February 28th. For more information, please contact Coach Phelan at jessica.phelan@fayar.net.
After the break, we'll take a look at sports for this week with Tanner Wade.
And we'll also see how one student is taking a big leap forward for the track team this season. See you in 30. Look around for just 1 second. Beauty surrounds us. It's above us in the trees. It's in the horizon that shows the outline of the mountains. It's in the water that shows a steady flow of life in our world. It's in us, but we only look for it in us. We're so busy looking within ourselves, we don't notice the things we leave behind. People say treat your neighbor like yourself, but I see people throwing things right on top of our planet, covering it in filth. We walk around on our phones trying to avoid the garbage we leave behind. Look up for that 1 second. Pick up a piece of plastic. End plastic pollution before it's too late.
Welcome back to this week's Bulldog Sports Report. I'm Tanner Wade. Last week was a relaxed one for both basketball teams as they had an off day Tuesday while preparing for their Friday night game at Bentonville West. The Purple Dog boys team beat West by a score of 56-37, while the girls team defeated the Wolverines 60-34. Signing day will take place today in the arena. This is where current seniors will be making their decisions on where they will further their athletic and academic careers. Be sure to keep up with the next few weeklies as we feature a special look into which players signed letters of intent and their reflections on their past 4 years. As seniors are playing in their final games of their high school careers, underclassmen are working harder than ever to make a mark on Fayetteville High School. Freshman Sam Hurley is one of those students making strides by landing on many rankings lists as a top track and field recruit while also managing to maintain his academics. Reporter Chris Rogers has more on this special high jumper on the FHS track team.
Fayetteville has a reputation of producing outstanding alumni. From nationally ranked athletes to distinguished scholars, our school is home to many of these students. However, it is increasingly rare to find a student who embodies both of these examples. One FHS student, Sam Hurley, is able to juggle not one, but 2 sports while also managing his schoolwork.
Sam performs, as a 9th grader. We're trying to bring him along to see what he can do for his future, how he can help, but, his future looks pretty bright, and he has a lot of ability. And with 2 brothers that has done it before him, he has some ability to follow in their footsteps, so we'll see what he can do.
The track events that I participate in are I high jump, I pole vault, and I long jump, and I 1-10 hurdle in the outdoor season. I 1-10 hurdle, but I do the other 3 in indoor, and my performance feel pretty good. They're my favorite events in track, and I normally do pretty well. So
I think Sam's got to take on some responsibility this year, being the athlete he is, and then learning how to spread that out through our team, being a leader, and hopefully that's going to help him become a better athlete the next 3 years. It's hard to be a leader as a 9th grader, but we're going to depend on him to do well for us in jumps and pole vault and, eventually maybe hurdles and long jump throughout the year.
We have, track at the last period of the day, and that's over at like 4:30ish, and then I come here 3 days of the week or whatever, and this is normally over, like I leave around 7, and then I go home, eat dinner, then it's like 8, and then I'll do all my homework, and I'll do all my schoolwork, and still have to try to manage to study and do all that. So it is hard, but there's time to do it. It's possible.
If he continues to work hard, in 3 years, 4 years from now, I think he's going to have a successful career here at Fayetteville, and then we're going to watch him somewhere in college have a successful career also.
One of the biggest challenges a student comes across in school is time management, but Sam shows us that putting your best efforts forward can make anything possible. I'm Chris Rogers, back to the desk.
Thanks, Chris, and best of luck jumping through the season, Sam. That's all we have for this week's Bulldog Sports Report. As always, remember to come out and support your dogs. Back to the desk.
Thanks, Tanner. That's all we have for this edition of the Bulldog Weekly. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at FHSTV-Fayetteville High for all the new shows and live events.
And make sure to check out our Instagram at FHS Bulldog TV to stay up to date with the news around the school and in the community. I'm Kate Castleman.
And I'm Jay Beasley. We'll see you next week.